I don't know. I remember seeing these stories of how they like still fucking exist somehow. Is that true? Rapers, what is good? It's your boy Laser. You guys advise for another scary reaction video using the scary content. So I continue to laugh. Hey, we're in the top 10 scariest cults you don't want to meet. Guys, there's so many crazy ass cults out there that be doing weird ass shit. Like drinking breast milk. Now, if you enjoy scary content, you want scary videos like this in the future, it's gonna be the like button. You subscribe and turn the notification bell icon. I'll stream every night on Twitch. Go check out streams, fucking amazing. Let's dive straight in this video.
Coming in at number 10, we have the 𝐂𝐚𝐳𝐸. The 𝐂𝐚𝐳𝐸 have been in the news a lot recently. I'm not totally sure if I'm pronouncing it right because it's spelled very strangely. The cult was allegedly an American marketing company that offered professional and personal development through a series of executive success programs. Now it turns out that it was basically a pyramid scheme, which, you know, kinda sucks, but beyond that, it seems that the 𝐂𝐚𝐳𝐸 have been accused of housing a cult called DOS, or often called the Vow. This is a cult where women are branded and forced into sexual slavery, allegedly.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Like, how do places like this actually... Damn. Yeah, like torture chambers, all that shit. Well, that was a thing too back then, I think, right? Yeah, like factories. Well, that's... I'm watching too many movies. What was that one movie where, like, they torture people in that, like, one chamber, that factory or whatever? I'm sure some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't fucking know. We need to start a revolution to stop these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's start a revolution.
�keith is said to be the head of the cult too. Here's a snap of one of the so-called branding wounds. Now each stamp is said to contain Ryanair's initials. Dynasty actress Catherine Oxenberg claims that the group brainwashed her daughter, convincing her to send them nudes as collateral so that she's deterred from ever leaving. On top of that, it's said that members are said to provide secrets and bank details to stop them ever departing. It seems that in the DOS cult, members are forced to recruit more people, and if they don't, they're beaten with paddles. It is said that there is an Emmy award-winning actress high up in the group recruiting new members. Now this is all going on in Albany, New York, apparently. Actress Allison Mack of Smallville has pleaded guilty to racketeering charges brought against her for her involvement in the cult. She said, "I'm very sorry for those who I've hurt through my misguided adherence to �keith teachings." Okay, was anyone else sitting there listening to this thinking about the whole collateral thing and thinking it sounds similar to another popular American organization? Because hello, Church of Scientology at number 9. A lot of people consider the Church of Scientology to be a cult, and I mean... Actress Elizabeth Moss has urged people to be more considerate towards people who have different beliefs to them, which I can totally get on board with, but that being said, the rumors surrounding the church are actually...
Damn, that's a big ass church. What the fuck? Is that a blueberry waffle? You guys should look up blueberry waffle on Google. Wait. Was it blue waffle? Wait, was it blue waffle? I forgot. It was blue waffle, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? I never actually looked it up. I know what it is, but like, I never actually looked it up though, because I didn't want to see it. But you know what I'm saying? You sure you know what it is? Oh no!
Pretty intense. The church is famously attended by Tom Cruise. Now, if the rumors are to be believed, then the Church of Scientology gets people in with a personality test. It then gets them to work at the church for free or donate a boatload of money in order to proceed to the next level. They are also required to give collateral to the church and sign a billion-year contract to the cause. As they climb up the level, they are taught about the intergalactic overlord Xenu. On the Scientology website, there is a frequently asked question page titled, "Is Scientology a cult?" Now, according to the church themselves, no, it isn't. I quote, "It is a religion in the fullest sense of the word." They would say that though, wouldn't they? Coming in at number 8, we have the cargo cult. The cargo cult story is basically a morality lesson for those thinking of abusing their powers over others.
Who, me? Me, you abide by my power, bitch. You don't like that? Get on your knees. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Suck me off, come on.
Stephen Tari gathered 6,000 disciples in Papua New Guinea's jungles and encouraged them to be part of his sect. He started wearing white robes to conduct his sermons and preached his own version of gospel.
Is that Chadwick Boseman? He looks just like him, literally.
calling himself Black Jesus. His cult relocated to the jungle and lived a somewhat tribalistic existence with Tari at the helm. As well as indoctrinating people to believe he was a holy man, he also encouraged them to do his bidding. He would lead people to murder and eat others. On one occasion,
you guys know that one cult? There was actually a movie about it. I think it was called the Sacred or whatever. Was that what it was called? You know, there was that guy that like told everyone there was like a war that was going to happen, and then he made them like, I don't know if that was the actual story, but he tricked all his, well, he forced all his fucking like members to like die or some shit by drinking like Kool-Aid. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. I actually was looking at it, like I was just, cause like look, before I do my reaction videos, I always like just like skimming through them. On one of my other ones, like I looked up a different cult video, and there was like one that actually had like the thing I'm talking about, that exact cult. I just fucking forgot. I just saw it literally, but yeah, I think there's like a movie on it. It's the Sacred, some shit like that.
He even slaughtered a virgin that he called his flower girl and encouraged his followers to drink her blood. One mother testified that she was made to drink her own daughter's blood. Now at one point Tari was sent to jail for his crimes, but he managed to break free and back into the arms of his former cult. However, in 2013 he kinda got his just desserts. The cult went too far when they abducted and killed a 15-year-old schoolgirl from a nearby village. 80 men from her village then set upon Tari ahead of a big feast his cult followers had planned for him. Now he was pretty savagely hacked to death, but probably fair. Authorities in Papua New Guinea are worried that the cult still exists, with a new leader taking charge. Coming in at number 7, we have the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 sect. Just when you thought you already had enough flesh-eating cults for one video, I am bringing in another, and they have a weird sex ritual thing going on too. Cults.
We join.
So the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 sect are involved in an ancient religion. They worship the Hindu goddess Shiva, sometimes called Kali. Often this goddess is associated with death and destruction. A website I found about the sect told me that when Kali wants satisfaction, the usually celibate sect find a corpse to, you know, I don't need to say it, do I? Do I? This isn't the extent of their relations with the dead either. They will also eat their flesh from time to time. They also do believe in spiritual healing and transformative power, which is less threatening. I was almost in a bit of a...
All of a sudden they're indigo children like me. If you don't believe in spiritual shit, you're lost. You're lost. You gotta believe that shit, bro. Spirituality is like the best way to go. Go deep in that shit, man. Go deep in that shit, and you'll forever, your life will be changed. Once you go spiritual, you'll never be the same again. And people are always like, how do you go spiritual? Just look it up. I'm not getting into the details. Who do you think I am, Professor Albert Einstein?
You know what, you do you kind of space, so long as they aren't hurting anyone, and the dead people they do, you know, get with are kind of like former cult members that would have consented to that. But anyway, do you know what? After watching a video of the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 talking to a journalist, I thought, again, maybe this isn't okay. And when I say maybe, I absolutely don't want to tangle with them. So basically the journalist goes to meet them and he's given a crown of teeth to wear, which is one thing.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
He looks pretty comfortable.
Maybe I'll take this off right now and then...
But then the journalist asks a fair question and the answer is very stressful. Have a listen.
People on that side of the river are so afraid of the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬.
So this is like a real, like, the journal thing they're doing with these fuckers?
Okay, the final straw for me is when this happens.
Why do...
Alright, so this has gotta be... No way, is this like a real... Well, I mean, the footage got released, so clearly these fuckers are okay, I'm assuming. Either this is scripted or this is like a fake... Yeah.
Rightio then. Coming in at number 6, we have the Superior Universal Alignment. Luckily this cult no longer exists, but historically speaking, you wouldn't have wanted to meet them. The SUA was a cult founded by a woman in her mid-70s, Valentina de Andrade. It seems that the cult were prevalent in the 90s in Argentina. Their satanic murder rituals kind of overshadow the group's intentions, but it seems that de Andrade believes that she received a message from aliens that God does not exist, and that actually Jesus himself was an
Find God. Find God, please.
Alien who was tasked with bringing about the end of times. Those who purged evil would be saved. How would one go about purging evil? Well, according to the aliens and the SUA, it would be killing boys born after 1981. Before, fine. Afterwards, evil. First, she tried to convince people to give up their children so they could have a spot on her spaceship, but in the end, the cult leader straight up encouraged her followers to abduct boys for sacrifice. In Argentina, at least 19 boys were mutilated and murdered. 5 of them were never found and a bunch more escaped, but some of the escapees had already been castrated. So grim. While the cult leaders were brought to justice in 2003, it seems that offshoots of the SUA may still exist in Austria. Coming into number 5, we have the Order of the Solar Temple. This cult was founded in 1984 by Joseph de Mambro and Luc Journet in Geneva, but they also had offshoots, and perhaps still do, in France, Australia, Canada, and Spain. The order seemed to have been inspired by the ancient Knights Templar of France. The temple had many secret
Damn, look at this bow going on, bro. Look at this bow going on. Damn, this is cool as shit. This is I love this. This is cool.
underground churches in Switzerland and had so-called lodges elsewhere in the world, covered in riches. It seems that the cult believed that God was a solar king and that their mission was to unite Christianity and Islamic faiths. In order to prepare for the second coming, the cult murdered a baby with a wooden stake at a lodge in Quebec. How to unite the people? Kill a baby.
They just behead him? Well, I mean, he was a baby, so thank God the baby didn't go way for like... Well, I don't know, the baby probably... When you're a baby, you don't even know you're alive, so... But define baby, you know what I'm saying?
Baby. It's a kind of
like
culty sense I've come to expect.
Fresh out the
Later
womb.
they staged a reenacted Last Supper before killing dozens of people across the world, whilst other cult members committed mass suicides in response to, I quote, the hypocrisies and oppression of this world. 2 days before Christmas in 1995, 16 bodies were discovered in a star formation in the 𝐕𝐝𝐼𝐻 mountain of France. One of the dead included Olympian Edith Bonlieu. Now, one of the leaders arrested was famous composer Michael Tabarnik. He was cleared of the charges and is now a free man. He was the leader of the Brussels Philharmonic Orchestra right up until 2015. Coming into number 4, we have Happy Science. Wait, but the name sounds so friendly and fun, like I'm happy and I like science, maybe I found my people.
Me too, I'm
Okay,
Bill Nye. Bill Nye, your mom's a go.
Joining cults, Rebecca. People will take you seriously. So Happy Science are a new religious and spiritual cult founded by Ryu Okawa. Did I say that right? I don't know. Happy Science also doesn't have a lot to do with science at all, but they are working on the happy part. How do they get happy? Well, by denying historical massacres, saying they simply didn't happen. Happy Science claim to have 10 million followers around the world, which I do think is a bit of a stretch. They also claim they are in contact with aliens. And I know what you're thinking,
The laws of bronze. Study your laws of the universe. That's what you should really look up. The mind is but a magnet to what you want, bro. It's a law of attraction. Y'all be always imagining bad shit, but you don't realize that imagination literally creates reality. It's the law of attraction. It's happening whether you realize it or not. Our thoughts literally create our life. So start thinking positive, please. Don't read this dumbass book. Read the laws of the universe. I don't think there's a book on that, but I don't know.
But
there's a secret.
They have picture proof, except these pictures look suspiciously
Similar
like stills
enough.
from Star Wars in frames. Coming into number 3, we have the Temple of Lucifer. Vice did a great documentary about Colombia's Temple of Lucifer, and they are a satanic cult led by Victor Damien Rosso, who claims to be none other than the son of the devil.
Motherfucker looks like a proud gentleman here. He looks very proud of the work he's doing. Look at this very proud, fine gentleman. Let's go give him a hug. He's right. He's like, come on. Give me some sugar. You remember that regular show thing? Fuck, weird.
For himself. It seems that Rosso used to be a Catholic, but has decided to give his life to Lucifer and has made it his mission to recruit so-called Luciferians. The Vice video was published in 2017 and has had 2.4 million views. I honestly think it deserves more. It's a pretty interesting watch. So the Church of Lucifer actually has some pretty sweet decor. It's very nouveau Satan. There's sultry red leather chairs, red curtains, a big black and red satanic pentacle on the floor, backlit upside down crosses, and an altar to the Dark Lord himself. Kind of made it sound a bit like I'm talking about Voldemort. I'm actually talking about SCP-1, the Red Devil himself, the creation of all evil. Rosso has claimed that a lot of high-profile people, including celebrities, have secretly visited the temple. In the Vice documentary, it seems that locals are perturbed by the amount of animals ritually sacrificed by the group. Do you want a peep inside of the church?
Peep.
If you do. Now his sermon is being led in Spanish, but let's have a look anyway.
Reconoció
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Rozos invites people to become millionaires by making pacts with the devil, and honestly, I think that's kind of a bad idea.
I know damn well they don't
like,
become millionaires.
Just go.
Scam.
Trust yourself to be a billionaire, not the devil.
Scam.
Ooh, coming into number 2, we have 𝐿. 𝐿, formerly known as 𝐈𝐭'𝐬, is a horrifying Japanese doomsday cult. Again, I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. This is their symbol, so watch out for it. 𝐿 was founded in 1987 by Shoko Ashara, a 40-year-old legally blind and former yoga teacher. He posed the religion under the guise of being a Buddhist group, and the group has traditionally been obsessed with prophecies. 𝐿 have been known to distribute anime and manga propaganda that cleverly hides their more radical ideals. Basically, to simplify this cult, they believe that the end of the world is coming and they want to be ready.
Ooh, if the end of the world happens, it's gonna be because of me, but it's gonna be for the better.
The group have carried out several horrifying chemical attacks on the public too, including most famously the March 1995 Tokyo subway attack, which killed 13 commuters but affected over 1,000 people. Those who fall out of favor with the cult are murdered, their bodies are dumped. One super fun example was Kiyoshi Kiara, who was the brother of a member who escaped. He was abducted from Tokyo and taken to a compound near Mount Fuji, then cooked in a microwave-powered incinerator. You don't want to hustle with 𝐿. While their leader Ashara has been arrested, 𝐿 still has around 2,000 members. Finally, coming into number 1, we have the KKK. Klan is basically another word for cult.
The forbidden ghost costumes. No.
And the Ku Klux Klan are an enduring hate cult that was founded on Christmas Eve, no less, in 1865 in Tennessee, USA. It seems that the headquarters these days hidden away in Arkansas. Most of you will have heard of the KKK. They're a white supremacist group.
Do they still exist? Like, that's crazy. I don't know. I remember seeing these stories of how they like still fucking exist somehow. Is that true? I don't fucking know. Weird.
Associated with right-wing extremism and neo-Nazi ideals, even though they predate the Nazis. The KKK were more—
Did they hate us Jews as well? I can't remember. Did they hate us Jews? How could you hate the boy in the striped pajamas?
more prevalent in the late 1800s to mid-1900s and would frequently be by Americans. The KKK have been deemed a terrorist organization. Famously, they held terrifying rallies in their cult disguise costumes, and they would burn crosses and set fire to buildings of their enemies, and worse. Children would and still are being raised in circles like this, believing staunchly in white purification. The history of the KKK is long, vast, gross, and not over. Ku Klux Klan chapters still exist in the US.
I wouldn't even consider that like a... Well, I mean, it's definitely a cult, but like... I don't fucking know. Probably a big-ass cult, that's for sure. That's probably like the biggest one on here. Like, I think out of all the cults that exist, like, that are scary and weird, I think that one's definitely the biggest one, 100%. From what I know, like, history-wise, and it's the most well-known. Like, I think everyone, their fucking mother knows about this. Whenever you think of, like, fucked up cults, you probably think of this one. Like, 100%.
As well as Europe, Canada, and weirdly, Fiji. So guys, what a list!
Well guys, this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Which one of the scary cults was the most fucked up to you? If you enjoy scary content, more scary like this features to do. I'll see you next one. Peace!
Extra large money.